Welcome, family, to another spiritual awakening with yours truly, Dr. A.G. Green Sr. So good to see everyone who's on tonight. Whether you're watching on YouTube or in our spiritual community on Patreon, I'll go back and forth there tonight to see if there's anybody there so I can keep up with their comments as they are watching the broadcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. What an honor and a privilege it is to be with you, and you. Tag, share, and text. Text, share, and tag. Tag, share, and text. Text, share, and tag. Good evening to my Krissa, our resident therapist. Good evening to you, sir. And he's tagged and shared. Thank you so much. Tag, share, and text. Let people know that we are live and we're on the air. And let's pray. Almighty, I'm so thankful and grateful for this opportunity. We are one with you. We open our spirit selves and our hearts, our mind, will, and emotions to you today. We're in need of guidance. We're in need of instruction. Help us to draw from the infinite storehouse, the infinite library of solutions. Open the deepest recesses of your intellect, of your mind to us. Let only divine from within to without consume us. If there ever was a time our desire to be guided, it's right now that we have this strong, emphatic, insatiable hunger for you. And we give you praise and we give you glory. And the consciousness, the name, the authority, the power, the way, Jesus, the living Christ. And it is so, and so it is. Welcome again, family. Good to see everybody on this particular day, no matter what time it is, morning, noon, or night. I am so honored and so privileged to be with all of you right now. Make sure you speak as you come into this wonderful little gathering that we have here tonight amongst family and amongst friends. And thank you. Yes, I needed to know if I could be seen and heard. Thank you so much for that. I'm so grateful. And just don't mind me, I'm going back and forth real quickly between Patreon and YouTube. We're still working on some things so that we can stream completely from within that place. Don't forget to follow me at the various social media handles you see at the bottom of the screen. Facebook, TikTok. Matter of fact, there's a new TikTok video up from me today. Instagram, and of course, YouTube. And we even have the Divine You Podcast YouTube channel as well. Go there and watch the latest podcasts and the latest happenings. Again, I'm so thankful, so honored, and so privileged to be with you today. I want to remind you, the text says, now to him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think, it's according to the power that worketh in us. And he that is joined to the Lord, another text says, in is one spirit. We are joined to the Creator, the source, and the sustainer. Therefore, we are an immensely, eternally powerful, divine species. And I want you to type in the comment section, as you own the power, as you embrace the power, I am powerful. Matter of fact, speak that. You should speak it with such conviction that there's a chill of the presence that's impacting or stimulating or titillating your nervous system as you speak it. I am powerful. Type it in the comment section while you're speaking it out loud wherever you are. I am powerful. That's it. Type it in the comment section. I am powerful. Own the power. Know the power. Recognize the power. Embrace the power. I am powerful. And on this platform, we teach you to understand who and what you are, who and what you were designed to be, and how you are a powerful, divine, spiritual species. What a wonderful thing it is to be able to own, to know, and to recognize the power that you are and the power that you possess. And I'm so honored and privileged to be your conductor on this train, your pilot on this flight, as you and I discover the wondrous, wondrous, wondrous fields, the wondrous, wondrous, wondrous galaxies and multiverses that are a part of our existence. What a wonderful, wonderful thing it is to be able to begin to embrace who and what we really are. All right, family. So grateful and so thankful for you today. If you haven't done it, make sure you catch up with the latest installment of the Divine You podcast with yours truly, Dr. A.J. Green Sr. An episode dropped a couple of days ago. I think we're talking about habits. You might want to go there. It's powerful, it's dynamic, and I'm glad to say that the downloads are increasing. It is a new podcast, and we haven't done much in terms of marketing it, but nevertheless, there are downloads happening every single week when I drop a podcast, more than what watches me on these programs. So I want you to make sure you share the podcast, share the links, share them as you're listening to them to whoever you think it's going to be a blessing to. And again, I'm so thankful to have the platform and to be able to talk to as many people as I possibly can as it relates to all things that I'm led and guided to speak. And last but not least, I want to make sure that you remember we're right now in the midst of being on the Patreon platform. And if you're keeping up with us, let me take that off the screen. You'll recognize that there are posts every day. And I've even got a video that's coming your way tomorrow. I am going to get around to that meditation that I gave you my word about. That is in the works. I needed to get in the frame of mind to be able to do it. But when you use the code REV50 at checkout, that's the code REV50 at checkout, you would get 50% off of the first month. All right. And of course, these are the levels and the tiers. Actually, those prices are wrong. That's an old graphic. It's $777 and I think $1111 right now, or $1177. But you're getting all kinds of dynamic, powerful content. And I thank those who are going to the platform and actually showing it love by reading the posts. I see that some of you all go daily. If not daily, you're there several times a week. And I am so thankful, so honored, and so privileged that many of you all are taking time to read the posts. Let me tell you, it takes work to do the writing I do, to come up with the concepts. Yes, I use some good things at my disposal, some support systems at my disposal, AI and things like that, but we have to craft it and carve it for our specific niche audience from the heart. And so thank you so much for taking time to go there consistently to inform yourself, empower yourself. That says a lot about you, that you make the time in your busy schedules to be able to do that. Again, I'm so thankful and I am so grateful. I got to check in on you real quickly. What's good? Tell me about how your week has been going thus far. How has your week has been going thus far? How has your week been going thus far? Mine has been quite interesting. Nevertheless, I am here. I am graced by the creator, source, and sustainer to still be, as the old folk would say, on top of the ground. And so that's pretty much how my week has been going thus far. How has your week been going thus far? Talk to me. Talk to me. You're in a safe place. I just want to see how everyone is doing, checking in on everyone just to make sure that they're good, just to make sure that everything is well, and to let you know that I am genuinely always concerned about you. You're in my thoughts, you're in my prayers, you're in my meditations, so forth and so on. Okay. So check in real quickly. How's your week been going thus far? How's your week been going thus far? And again, even if you watch these broadcasts in replay, of which a lot of you do, don't hesitate to leave your comments in the comment section. I still get alerts when people comment, even after the broadcast is aired. I still get alerts, and I still get a chance to read some of those different things that people say who come in late, whether it be on YouTube, when we streamed on Facebook, and of course, now we're on YouTube. Let's see. Peaceful, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Somebody said, great so far. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing how your week has been going thus far. Now, don't forget, there are a few of you all who promised to come on and share your testimonies. We need to collaborate and line up our schedules so that we can bring you on. We got a few people that are going to be out tonight. One of our assistants is out. Her daughter is participating or competing in a pageant tonight locally in the city where she lives. And so my other assistant who was on, I'm going to be leaning heavily on you to put up certain texts that I kind of want to discuss with our audience on tonight. And again, I'm so thankful and grateful to be with you. Now, before I move forward, she says, demanding week, staying positive. Wonderful, wonderful. Before I move forward, I want to share something with you all on tonight. And incidentally, um, I want you to understand, um, as respected as I may be by many people, and I would venture to say up until this point, regardless of who you see on this program, I am known by thousands of people. And I don't see them all at one time. I don't interact. I don't know. And for the most part, I have lived my life in such a way to not bring reproach or shame. And that garners a lot of respect, as well as my service in ministry to many, many, many people. But understand this, Yeshua is recorded in the text to have wept at the grave of Lazarus. So I want you to know that your feedback and your testimonials, just as Yeshua was stricken with grief in the moment, just as Elijah is described as being a man of like passions, meaning that there's a human side. I too have that. Your testimonials, number one, inspire me to keep going. Number two, helps me to realize that I'm on the right track in terms of what I'm teaching and how I'm presenting it. I'm presenting it evidently in a way that it can be received and applied. I don't try to talk over people's heads. I try to talk directly to people. Regardless, I have been complimented by, well, would say thousands up until this point as it relates to what they perceive to be of me as a speaker, as a communicator, eloquent, so forth and so on. But none of that is useful if I'm talking to people in a language or using a certain level, higher level vocabulary, and you can understand. I need to hear from you. I need to know that you're receiving it. I need to know that you're understanding it. And it also confirms to me that I'm on the right track. So I had some things on my mind this morning, just mulling over some thoughts, as I always do. And I'm quite sure I probably think more than most people, and that's fine. It's just how I'm wired. And I went to my inbox, and there's something, somebody left me an inbox this morning, two inboxes. I blacked out the person's name because I did not give permission to share it online. And I don't see that they're on here right now. They probably will come back later, but they'll know it's them. I just wanted to put something up, and let me say this to you. Let me say this to you. No matter what station a person is in life, never underestimate love and appreciation when it's given. I try and give love to as many people that I love, the people that are in my inner circle, and even people that I meet along the way. You just never know how far that's going to take a person in that day. You never know what a person is dealing with. And so I say to you all, that's why I'm asking for your testimonials. Number one, it inspires and encourages me, as my father would say, to keep on keeping on. And then it confirms to me, okay, you're teaching some truths that are resonating with people, and folks are getting results. And so I'm going to put this up on the screen. It's a testimony that came in on Facebook this morning. As you can see, I think looked like it came in at 9:32, and I happened to be checking it, and this is what came up. I just need you to know listening to you has changed my life. Now, let's be honest, family. I'm not talking to thousands of people right now presently. I'm talking to just a few people. And sometimes there might be a few hundred people, especially on Facebook, YouTube right now. Not that many views on Facebook. Sometimes we would get over 1,000 views, but they would be after the fact. They wouldn't be live. So the few people that I get to talk to now uh, are you and whoever is a part of that wonderful small cloud of witnesses. So this is not being braggadocious at all, because I'm not, high level and viral like some of these people. But I appreciate that person taking out time to just inbox me to say these things to me. And they went on to say a couple of weeks ago, you said to me, what I want wants me more. That changed my world. The best is yet to come. And then she said, testimony coming soon. And of course, I liked or hearted her, uh, text message, and you see my response. I'm so thankful for you and your testimony. Thank you. I needed this message today. So I want you to understand that what we are doing here, although it may be just a few of us, it's working for somebody. It's working in somebody's life. Again, that inspires me with a fire that, even though I might not be talking to a whole lot of people, what I am saying is transformative. What I am saying is manifesting great dividends and fruit in people's lives. And so when I ask you for your testimonials, family, these are the reasons why I want to know that it's working. And then it helps me to realize I need to continue to do what I am doing, because sometimes I have moments like you all. I ask myself, is this worth it? Is the time, the effort, the study, the things that I am creating for my wonderful audience, is it worth it? Is it being appreciated? Is it being valued? Is it being applied? Are people growing from it? Are people really being empowered from it? You know what I'm saying? So I was grateful. That person was led to send that. I have not talked to that person in quite a while, and I haven't seen them on in a few weeks. And we are in a transition now to Patreon. So I don't know at this point, it's like who's going to stay and who's not going to make the leap. I'm going to believe that everybody's going to make the leap, but I haven't seen everybody make it just yet. Okay. So I want you to know that your testimonies are greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated by me. Thank you so much for that, our resident therapist. All right. So we've been talking about conscious creation, and our therapist will put up what installment we're in. Let me look at the time. I did get on a little late. I was sitting here about an hour and a half before the show started, studying, putting some things in place, creating a few more graphics, and forgot to upload the new video like I did last week, the new intro. So that set me back. Otherwise, I was sitting here set to go at exactly 30 minutes after the hour. So when he puts it up, the title that we've been discussing, I'm going to put it up on the screen. It's a couple of things I want to run by you again. I want to run by thematic texts that we use on Sundays. So let's do this. Proverbs 23:7a, Proverbs 23:7. Want our assistant to put that up for us. And then after that, Mark 11:24. And then Hebrews 11:1. And then I'll give you the last two. And I'm using Bible, and then I'm going to quote from some Hindu scriptures and some Buddhist texts, and maybe a few Hermetic principles. Again, I want you to understand that what I have been teaching you all, these are spiritual principles. You see, this is part 3. These are spiritual principles that have been known, dare I say, tens of thousands of years by spiritual teachers and potentially superior races. Now, one thing I have not really gotten into on my platform yet is the potential and possibility that we're not alone in the sense of an alien, what we consider to be called an alien presence, or other races from other planets. Watch this, not just from other planets in the same physical solar system, but also from other dimensions. One day, when it is time for us to shift and pivot, we'll have some good discussions about that. But for the most part, those who've been in touch with their spiritual selves, their higher self, who have a sensitivity uh, and a strong connection to things divine, have been saying and uttering things for some time now. And so I'm waiting on the text to come up. It's going to be Proverbs 23:7, Mark 11:24, and then Hebrews 11:1. Okay. And once those scriptures come up, I'm going to, let me see if I might have to find one myself. I'll put I'll go ahead and roll with the first one, and then she'll put it up. As he thinketh in his heart, so is he. So when you get on subjects like conscious creation, for the people who are looking for Bible for that, or ancient scriptures, I got it. This text basically helps us understand that consciousness and thought shape identity and reality. Consciousness and thought shape our identity and reality. Let's see. Okay, that's not a problem. We're at Proverbs 23:7, Mark 11:24, Hebrews 11:1, and then I'll give you the last two. So I just went over Proverbs 23:7. So you can go ahead and just start with Hebrews 11:1, and I will talk from Mark 11:24. As a matter of fact, let's see. Let me put the first two. Well, I'm gonna put the second one in the comment section while she's looking for the last one. Okay, let's see here. Whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that ye have received it, and it will be yours. Ooh, Yeshua was a powerful, powerful, powerful conscious creator. He's saying that through prayer, and we have exegeted this text, and we will continue to, because it's one of the powerful proof texts in the scripture for things divine, for things in terms of oneness with God, inner power, divine power, innate power, God power, so forth and so on, all these different things we talk about. Whatever you ask, and ask has also a definition of require, demand. In prayer, believe that ye have received it, and it is yours. Well, how is that conscious creation? Belief and faith through the vehicle of prayer. And prayer is a spiritual technology. Type in the comment section, prayer is a spiritual technology. Yes, it's a technology. Prayer is a technology. Okay. Prayer is a technology. But I want you to type it in the comment section. Prayer is a spiritual technology. What I want us to understand is that a lot of times when people see the word technology, they literally think something man-made that's mechanical, man-made or something that's mechanical. But I want you to understand that uh, there are spiritual technologies. I'm going to say it again. There are spiritual technologies, and we see these spiritual technologies. Let me see if I can put this up on the comments in the comment section so you can see it. Let me put the definition up real quickly. Can I take my time tonight? I know I started late, but I just want to talk to you for a little while, if you would allow me to. Technology, the application of knowledge, especially scientific knowledge, to create tools. Look at that. To create tools, systems, and methods. Technology is used to create tools, systems, and methods that solve problems, improve human life, and achieve practical goals. So, as you can see, family, prayer, meditation, conscious creation with declarations or what you speak out of your mouth is a spiritual technology that, yes, can access an unlimited system, which is the spiritual or the astral, can access unlimited knowledge. This is what prayer and meditation can do. It solves problems, it improves our lives, and helps us to achieve goals. So prayer is a spiritual technology. So, but prayer is a technology for conscious creation. We are consciously desiring and wielding divine power, supernatural power through prayer. It's just as simple as that. Okay. Uh, she put up Proverbs 23:7a, and the last two are going to be Romans 4:17, Matthew 9:29, and then I want you to pick up 1 John 2:24. So I want to gloss over that right quick. So I'll say it again. The last one was 1 John 2:20, and the text before that were, I think you put up Hebrews 11:1 already, but Romans 4:17 and Matthew 9:29. Let's see. I think she put up 11:1. Did she put up 11:1? Let me see. Okay, I don't see it up there yet. Yes, there it is. Now, faith, we've discussed this, is the assurance of things expected, the evidence of things, or the proof of things not seen. Every spiritual being uses faith to produce an outward evidence that's in alignment with an inward evidence. Again, the evidence that a prayer is answered, that a meditation has made the right connection with the divine, or our imagination has been successful in creating the end state through prayer, through declaration or confession of the mouth, followed through with inspired action. But anyway, beginning with the imaginal and the mental, family, faith shows us or reveals to us in the imaginal scene or in the knowing within our thoughts that this is done, the necessary evidence from that dimension that what we believe in faith, what we are using faith for, is done. Again, conscious creation, family, is done by faith. It's done with faith. It is done using faith. Type that in the comment section. Conscious creation is completed by faith. conscious creation is completed by faith. I want you to type that in the comment section. Like I told you, I was sitting on the side of that road for over an hour trying to go just maybe 15 miles. Yeah, probably 20 miles over an hour. But I still kept allowing my faith to create within the imaginal scene an outcome where Austin and I were off that interstate, where Austin and I were safe, where the car was fixed, where Austin and I were driving in that drive-through at my mother's house, or driving up, the driveway at my mother's house. My goodness, I feel this. It's completed, family, by faith. And this is why any thoughts contrary to faith are challenges for us. Remember, we're an observer of thoughts. Just because you have a thought doesn't mean it's not yours. That is your thought, But this is annoying when you have thoughts that are contrary to faith. I live it as you live it often. But it's done by faith. We consciously create by faith. Again, this is from a text that's a few thousand years old, from some spiritual mystics and those who had relationships with the divine. More specifically, we're talking about Yeshua, okay? That it was revealed to them, these spiritual principles, okay? Let's see, Romans 4:17. Let's make sure, is that Romans 17? Is that actually Romans 17? Okay, let's see. Look like I have something different for Romans. I'm sorry, 4:17. I'm sorry, Romans 4:17. Is that Romans 4:17? Let me put up what I have real quickly. So Mark 11:24 tells us that the principle of assumption, believing it is already done. Whatever you ask in prayer, believe that ye have received it and it will be yours. Mark 11:24. Did we put that up? I didn't jump 2 feet in it. I don't think I put that one up yet. Let me put this text up right quick. This is what I was looking for. God calls it into existence the things that do not exist. He calleth those things that be not as though they were. That's what the text should say in the King James Version. He calleth those things that be not as though they were. This is referring to God, the creator, the source. That is a part of us, family, that is one with us, that is inside of us right now as we speak. That is part of that imagination that we possess, that powers with us, in oneness, in concert with us. Faith is powered by God. I'm going to say it again. Faith in us, God in us, God dwelling in us, not just being in us, but one with us. Hear what I'm saying today. United with us. The creator is a part of you, and that creator has permitted you to call those things that be not, or call them into existence, family, as though they were. Creative power of thought and word is what's expressed here. This is conscious creation. I talked about Hebrews 11:1. This describes faith as inner conviction manifesting outer reality. All right. Now we're going to, I think she put up Matthew 9:29. Thank you so much, in the NIV. Then he touched the eyes and said, according to your faith, let it be done unto you. That is merely a declaration, family, that reality aligns with inner belief. Faith is inside. Faith lives in you. Faith is a part of you. Faith doesn't come from somewhere else. Faith is a part of you. And again, it's a spiritual term. Religion is known for exercising the utilization of this word, or commonly placing it in its jargon and in its semantics. But I want you to understand this is a word that is owned by spiritual beings, all of us. Let's look at 1 John 2:20. I just want to, that text was on my mind. That text was on my mind. And don't get off here tonight if you're on, because at the end, There's somebody who's been dealing with some back issues that I want to speak over before we leave the broadcast tonight. Somebody who's watching me, whether it's live or in replay, you've been struggling with your back. So I kept hearing back before I came on today. We're going to release you from whatever it is in terms of back issues or challenges that's been going on with you. All right. So the last one, 1 John 2:20, we want to get that one up. And then after we get that one up, I'm going to quote from a couple of other ancient texts. And then I'm going to move more deeply into what I'm going to talk about this night. Let's see. Let's do this. I'm going to do a couple of these while she's coming up with 1 John 2:20. 1 John 2:20. Waiting on her to come up with 1 John 2:20 for us. Okay. Waiting on her to come up with that. While she's working on that, family, let me put up a couple of more texts from some ancient scripture. Y'all still there? Talk back to me. Talk back to me. Let me know if you're still here. I like to give you proof. I like to show you how there's a symmetry, how there is harmony, quiet as it's kept. Religion is about exclusivity for the most part. So every different religion thinks usually it is the best, or I shouldn't say ever, but most religions think that they are the best. They are the highest. They are the greatest. All right. So they're not going to tell you that there's a lot of stuff in their book that's in another book said by somebody else, sometimes predating their official sanctified holy book by thousands of years. So this is why I like to show you things like that, because there is symmetry. You see in the Upanishads 3:14-1, as a man thinks, so he becomes. This is, again, conscious creation, direct teaching of conscious creation. And then Bhagavad Gita 4:13, whatever is firmly fixed in the mind becomes the nature of man. In other words, man embodies and becomes whatever is firmly fixed in his mind. That's conscious creation, family. That's exactly what that is. That is conscious creation. Let's see here. Let me get one more for you. Let's see, one more for you. One more for you, and then I'm going to be done with some of these texts, and I'm going to get more into the heart. I think Tao Te Ching 25. Let me put that up real quick, and then I'm going to get to 1 John 2:20. Here we go. Put that up on the screen for you. Man follows the earth. Tao, that T is pronounced as a D, and I've been mispronouncing it as much as I've heard teachings about the Tao, so forth and so on. I've been mispronouncing it, but it's Tao Te Ching 25. Man follows the earth. Earth follows the universe. So man follows the earth. Earth follows the universe. The universe follows the Tao. The Tao follows what is natural. Okay, so it is man that's following the earth, but the earth is following the universe, and the universe follows the Tao, which is ancient mystical teachings, and the Tao, where and it's representative of the source. That's what I should say, the God that cannot be named, and the Tao follows what is natural. Okay, let's see here. Here we go. But you have an anointing. And in the King James Version, this text says, but you have an unction from the Holy One. In the NIV, it says, and all of you know the truth. Hear me. In the King James Version, it says, but ye have an unction from the Holy One, and ye know all things. Now, check this out. This Holy One is talking about God, the creator, source, and sustainer. In traditional theology, they would refer this text or believe that this text is directly referring to the Holy Spirit. We don't want to get to the trichotomous, tripartite God. That's a whole nother discussion. But the Spirit of God in traditional pneumatological teaching or in pneumatology, the Holy Spirit is God itself in spirit form. The long and short of it is, this God again is one with you. This God again is a part of you. This God again is your partner, living in you, living with you, family, living through you. Catch what I'm saying today. You have an unction from God. You have an unction from the spirit within you, the spirit that is a part of you. The spirit that is in you, hear me. This is what will make people angry if they heard me say this standing across the pulpit. You don't just receive a connection with God because you had a religious experience at somebody's altar, house, or whatever. No, you are born one with God. I need you to catch what I'm saying. If you're the offspring of this divine creator, then you are born with the divine creator already as a part of you, already one with you, operating in you, with you, and sometimes as you. I had to chuckle on that one. Am I making any sense to anybody right now? So you know all things. So I want you to type it in the comment section. I have access to the knowledge of all things. Type that in the comment section. I have access to the knowledge of all things. I have access to the knowledge of all things. Now, sometimes in my lifetime, people have asked me, well, how do you know? And how did you know this? How did you know that? How did you know I was going to say that? Or are you having the same thoughts I'm having? Because I recognize for a while now that I am a spirit being and I have access as a spirit being and through the God that I'm one with, hear me, family, to infinite, unlimited knowledge. Catch that. Now, in another field that exists out there in New Age, they call it the Akashic Records. I'm not going to even get into that. What I'm teaching you is to understand, to know, and realize you have access as a spirit to any form of information that you desire. Now, catch this, catch this, catch this. I don't want to mess y'all up too much. I don't want to mess y'all up too much. And look, I got resident mystic Wesley Turkers on Patreon. Good to see you, my brother. He's on Patreon tonight. I don't want to mess y'all up tonight, but family, check this out. Check this out, family. Check this out. This is why I wanted love to be in our community. Not only, family, do you have, should I say that? I mean, I just decided to check myself today. Family, should I say that? What I'm getting ready to say? Should I say what I'm getting ready to say? Or should I hold it? Because I don't know if y'all ready for what I'm getting ready to say. I don't know if you're ready for what I'm getting ready to say. I might need to hold that. Should I hold this? Yes or no? Because this is going to really mess up some of y'all. I won't say, I don't want to say that. I won't speak that. This might really challenge some of your theology, some of your thinking, some of your beliefs. Okay. Talk to me. Should I share what I was going to share or just wait for later? Should I share that or should I just wait for later? Talk back to me. I want to know. Let's see. I got to say it. Okay. She said I got to say it. I know I got to say it. Okay. And then I got a couple more here. Okay. So check this out. Check this out. Not only do you have access to all knowledge, you have access to anyone who's ever lived. Okay, I'm going to just leave it at that. And I'm going to, when the time is right, I'm going to share with you exactly what I meant with the statement that I just made. Yes, you don't just have access to all the knowledge, you have access to people, spirits who have ever lived and the knowledge they possess. Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. These are conversations, Brenda, that I have with your pastor, the Apostle Anthony Williams. These are conversations we kind of private conversations we have. Okay, let's see here. Let me get on. So I gave you some information from some text to show you that conscious creation uh, is something that has been taught within spirituality and some religions for thousands of years, and of course, we know that conscious creation is seen within the double slit experiment, where the observer effect, again, the theory of the observer effect was created in the intention from the scientists, moving in terms of from the expectation of what they thought the subatomic particles would do. The subatomic particles apparently are linked and connected to our thoughts, and by the intention of the scientists, formed the way the scientists thought it would form. And then when they removed the instrument that caused it to recognize that it was being seen, then it acted the way it would have acted before the intention of the observers. I've talked to you about that multiple times. Again, this is something that is theoretically believed to be true on the subatomic level, and it doesn't just exist on a subatomic level. Okay, it doesn't just exist on a subatomic level. All right, it also exists from the subatomic to the molecular, from the molecular to the cellular, from the cellular to clusters of cells that make up tissue and make up matter. So these principles go up the chain, I should say. Should say up the physical chain, moving from wave, superposition, infinite potential, to particle, which is representative of the physical. So today, family, we are discussing feeling the few. Feeling, is it feeling? Yes, feeling the few. So I want you to type in the comment section, feeling the few. These are the 4 pillars of creation I've been discussing with you. And I want you to type number 2. I want you to type, number 2, feeling the few. Feeling the few. This is what we are getting ready to discuss right now. Feeling the few. And let me get it up here. Let's see here. Number 1, 4 pillars. We dealt with number 1, thought, the blueprint. And then number 2, today, feeling the few. Now, let me put that graphic up in its place real quickly. Make sure only the bottom is barely cut off with the website, so we're good. Now, this is relevant because when spirits are exercising faith in a physical body, and this is what this is about. Now, if you were not in a physical body, then there would not be a need to have the experience you would have in the physical, because the physical would not be present. The physical would be absent. You would be operating from your native original state as spirit, which is really energy, which is really, of course, light. And whatever you thought as a spirit, absent of the body, would come into existence instantaneously in the presence of you as a spirit in the spiritual dimension, or if you're projecting from the spirit as we are into the natural, but without the body, then what we consider to be the turnaround time would not have any lag or drag with it. You would see it instantly. But since we live in the physical body, we have a brain, a physical apparatus. This physical apparatus, again, it is our connection. It is our interface to the physical world, but yet it participates in reality creation, because it unto itself is an energy being comprised of subatomic particles, but those subatomic particles on the physical side are powered by us as spiritual beings. The body cannot live without the spirit. Even James says this. So on the physical side, the physical still participates in physical manifestation, in physical manifestation, because you have a mind, but the brain is considered to be a mind that is conscious and aware, have a subconscious, and have an unconscious mind. The bottom line is when you and I are exercising faith as spiritual beings in this avatar, physical, three-dimensional body, faith is a fuel. It is a fuel that powers our manifestation experience. Essence. The word essence is used with this topic to denote if thought is the design, feeling is the electricity that animates it. Emotions or emotion carries thought from abstraction into embodied signal, from abstraction into embodied signal. Did you catch that? It moves from the imaginary, where it is now captured. What's a better word? Encapsulated. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Quantifiable, measurable. When those parts of the brain family light up, when we're happy and excited and feeling something great, then it is something that registers somehow, some way through the instruments or with the instruments that doctors and scientists may be using to examine the brain, So the statement that I wanted you to see is if thought is a design, feeling is the electricity that animates it. It is the electricity that animates it. Let me put this up also for your consideration, a shorter version of that same sentence. And I'm going to break that down for you in a minute, put it in the comment section so that I can put it up on the screen here. Again, if thought is the design, feeling is the electricity that animates it, emotion carries thought from abstraction, imagination, or that which does not have a physical reference but only exists in the mental, into, watch this, embodied signal within the body. So that which is mental, considered to be abstract, watch this, unreal from a physical perspective, unreal from a material perspective. When we add an emotion to it, the first stage of crystallization in a physical substance, in a physical thing, which is us, in the physical part of our being, begins to register. Okay? It begins to show up. It begins to say to us that there is some reality here to what I'm seeing. There's some reality here to what I'm experiencing. There's some reality here to what I am thinking. There's some reality here to what's going on in my heart and what's going on in my mind. Now, catch this. Dr. Joe Dispenza, again, who is a modern day neuroscientist, teaches you have to teach your body emotionally what your future feels like. Oh, my goodness. That's in the book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. And I'm reading that right now slowly. I'm going to say it again. You have to teach your body emotionally what your future feels like. I want you to type it in the comment section. I must teach my body emotionally what my future feels like. Type that in the comment section. I must teach my body emotionally what my future feels like. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. The feeling around eating at that restaurant that you really want to eat at, or the feeling that's centered around being with that person you really want to be with, do not play it cheap. That is high quality energy that is contributing the impression upon the deeper part of our being, that's constantly radiating and transmitting partnership with God, the divine, and this conscious universe to say, I am already it, or I am already in that moment. I am already experiencing that event. I would translate this, what Dr. Joe Dispenza said, by stating it like this: the body must know the state now so that the future and present collapse into one. The body must know the state now so that the future and present collapse into one. So, in other words, what you're teaching your body now about the future, watch this, it's creating access to the future, access, family, to when it's done, access, family, to when it's completed, access, family, to where it is already fulfilled, both spiritually and naturally, where they are married and both are being displayed. So the body must know the state now, so the future and present collapse into one. Now, I know I'm talking to some folk who've already done this. Have you ever imagined something? Now, hear what I'm saying, family. I'm not just talking about the good stuff. I'm talking about outcomes you didn't want. I'm talking about outcomes that when I say you didn't want, that you preferred not to happen. But what happens is when we put emotions even into our imagining, and imagination, I told you, is creation. When we persistently teach ourselves failure, when we persistently teach ourselves catastrophic outcomes, this is why it happens just the way we felt it and just the way we saw it. So I'm asking you the question, in a positive or negative sense, have you ever felt something really strongly and continue to feel that feeling, and it happened just the way you felt it, or it happened just the way you imagined it? That imagination many times has an emotion attached to it. Has it ever happened to you? It could be eating a steak. It could be eating the meal of your choice. It could be taking the trip of your desire. Hear what I'm saying today. Or it could be what you consider to be a terrible outcome you didn't want to happen in your life, and you just felt it, and you just sat in the feeling of that misery, and you persisted in recycling and rehearsing that over and over and over again until exactly what you felt happened. Thank you for your honesty. Monica says, yes, all the time. It's happened for me too all the time, until I learned how to control that, until I learned that in those moments I'm beaming out a signal. In those moments, my attention from the quantum physics side is, if I'm putting my attention, giving energy to that attention, because where thoughts go, energy flows. Where thoughts go, energy flows. I'm going to collapse that wave into an intention. Whatever intention, I persist in feeding that energy in terms of that is now being formed in or as an intention that will eventually cross the translation or translatory line, or cross the line of demarcation between the invisible and the physical, and it will become a physical situation or event in my life. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. I wish I could see some likes and hearts tonight, but we're not on Facebook no more. Oh my goodness. So hear me. Let me get through this. I put up on the period on the screen this pyramid, and feeling the fuel. It starts with gratitude. Now, this pyramid is set up to bring about a favorable, wonderful, great, abundant, awesome outcome, awesome manifestation of reality in our lives. It's not designed to use this, I guess I could say, energy cycle or a creation matrix or a creation sequence where we are producing things we don't want to happen. This is about producing things we do want to happen. Wow. The things we do want to happen. So I'm going to tie that all in. I want you to type it in the comment section. Number one, gratitude. Number one, gratitude. Number one, gratitude. We're going through some steps here now. Number one, gratitude. And I'm going to put why gratitude. I've got so many sets of notes here. I want to make sure that I'm looking at the right thing that I want to share on the screen with you. Okay. Okay. Number one, gratitude. Let me put in the comment section real quickly. Why gratitude? So we start with gratitude by recalling a memory that sparks genuine appreciation. Gratitude is an amplifier. It primes the nervous system for openness. It is an amplifier. It primes the nervous system for openness. Okay. Let me add something else. Let's see real quickly that is going to be of benefit as I'm about to break this down. So find a memory that's a good memory. And the reason why we're finding that memory, family, is because we are collecting the energy, the positive energy from that memory. Hear me. We're collecting within ourselves, watch this, a positive energy, neurological energy. Again, you are a spirit, but you're a hybrid. You're a spirit who also possesses a physical body. There's a part of you that's invisible and invisible, part of you that's immaterial and material. Hear me. So as a spirit projecting into the mind, you are activating, watch this, you're activating within yourself a powerful dynamic energy of gratitude, of praise, of appreciation. Hear me, that is creative. It is a creative energy. It is a creative life force. Also, in gratitude, it registers differently in the brain. And in gratitude, you will emit a frequency from being in a state of gratitude. I put this up, let the feeling spread through your chest. And more specifically, I would say in your heart center. Now, some folks will call it a heart chakra, but and we'll talk about chakras one day, but let me just talk to you about a heart center in your chest or in a heart center. So as you experience this gratitude, it can be all over your body. But one of the things I like to do when I'm praying, when I'm meditating at times, is put my hand over my heart. And if you, at some point in time, have meditated with masters, whether they be yogis or other people who have been trained in this, some of the meditations, especially with gratitude or other things, require you to put both one hand or two hands over your heart. You know why? Because you are accessing the electromagnetic field of your heart, but you are intentionally, as a spirit, exerting through gratitude the amplification of the energy from the heart center or from the heart itself. This is powerful. I want y'all to hear what I'm saying today. So you want that feeling to not just be in your heart, but you want that feeling to go all the way through you. All the way through you. You want to experience this feeling powerfully. And you don't have to do this for 10 minutes. You don't have to do this for 15 minutes. You don't have to do this for any length of time. Okay. But you've got to allow gratitude to be created. Watch this. After that gratitude has been created and you can sense it and feel it, it's like, in church when people go into praise and worship, what's happening is that energy is activated, and that energy is being collected, and that energy is being harnessed within them. It's being released, but at the same time, it's being harnessed. It's being released, and its release is being collected. My goodness, my goodness. Am I making sense to anybody here? So tell me right quick before I get into it, what's the next step on that pyramid, number 2? I'm going to tie it in. What do you see as number 2 on that pyramid? What do you see as number 2 on that pyramid? What do you see as number 2 on that pyramid? Real quickly, type it in the comment section. Type it in the comment section. What you see as number 2 on that pyramid. Let me see who's paying attention tonight. I'm almost done here, family. Who's paying attention? That's right, emotional transfer. Emotional transfer. So in the emotional transfer, family, what we're doing is we're merging it with the blueprint. In other words, we're taking that energy, we're stepping now into an imaginal scene. So a resident therapist has a new house. You notice I said has a new house. I speak in past tense. He has that new house that was mentioned last week. He's in this scene. Watch this. He carries this energy of gratitude and praise and thanksgiving, not just that really for the house, but for whatever he's grateful for, a memory that he draws on, releases this powerful dynamic. Watch this, spiritual and neurological energy in him. And then he shifts it and attaches it in an imaginal scene. And in this imaginal scene where he's got gratitude, he's got joy, he's got peace, and he's got excitement while he's in this house. So he gets to merge that gratitude with his imaginal scene, and he embodies what it would feel like. Here we go. If he's already in the house, if he's already living in that place. Come on now. This don't take a half hour to do this. You can do this in a matter of 3 or 4 minutes. You can get so good at accessing and tapping feeling. And again, people have ran away from this because they thought faith lived in a vacuum that was disconnected from emotion and disconnected from feelings. It's not true. You get the body involved. You are preparing that body, watch this, to sit on that couch in that house or lay on that bed in that wonderful house you're living in, or you're preparing the body to embody, watch this, before it's done in the physical, to embody it now, watch this, which says to your spirit essence, which says to your subconscious, this is real. So now I give permission for the cooperative components in this physical universe to put us physically in a situation where I believe we already are, because now it's natural to us. This is our wonderful, beautiful home. Oh my goodness. And before you know it, the wheels start turning, the wheels of progress, the sequential wheels that lead you to the right places, the right sources. Come on now, the right connections, the right funding, the right opportunities. But you've already experienced it again, again, again. Somebody type it in the comment section, again, again, again. The reason why I say again, 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 because I've shared studies with you that show you, from playing the piano to people who are active in sports to the placebo effect, how when we get the body involved and believe something by faith that's done, miraculously a reality lines up in the physical, because internally we've already embodied that state of fulfillment, embodied that state that we already have it. Positive psychology research shows gratitude increases optimism, health behaviors, and sleep quality, according to Emmons and McCullough, 2003. Neuroscientist Antonio Damasio's somatic marker hypothesis explains how bodily feeling states bias choices and shape destiny. I'm going to put that in the comment section. Let me tell you why this is so important. And I don't have time to get into heart coherence, brain heart coherence tonight. Maybe I'll touch on that a little bit next week before I get to the next thing. So we move from emotional transfer, watch this, let me speed up a little bit, to somatic, which means body expression. So you see the first stage is gratitude. The young lady on my left is showing gratitude. The mystic on my right, representing the 7 chakras, is now embodying through emotional transfer. And the last stage is somatic, or physical expression. But hear this. Neuroscientist Antonio Damasio's somatic marker hypothesis explains how bodily feeling states bias choices. how bodily feeling states bias choices and shape destiny. So, in other words, family, in other words, feeling our resident therapist, feeling the house for 3 or 4 minutes a day, or however long it is, hear me, feeling it, not in a needy sense, feeling it, not saying, well, I'm doing this to feel it so I could have it. No, 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 no. We need to get out of that mindset. Hear what I'm saying today. Never, I'm going to say this, family. I'm going to say this. This may sound crazy. This may sound crazy, but I'm learning this. And it always works better when I do it like this. Learn how to organically become the identity of the person, like in this case, a resident therapist, who is the owner of a house. And while you're meditating or while you're in this imaginal scene, you're not saying to myself, I'm doing this so that I can have the house. If you said I'm doing this so that I can have or manifest the house, you're telling yourself I don't have the house. No, you are embodying it as the identity or as the person or as the being who already owns the house. Catch what I'm saying? And when it's done, there's not any disappointment because you look around and you're in the same house. When it's done, there is no counting of days. Matter of fact, there are people like me who have tried this for so many days, family, and went on and forgot about it. That's the best thing to do. Because when you forget about it, you make a statement to God, you make a statement to your subconscious that I believe this is already done. This is why I'm not giving no more energy to it. I already turned it over. I know it's done. And you move on and you might revisit it again, and you're not revisiting it in need. You're not revisiting it saying, I got to have this. This needs to happen. Oh God, what if this don't happen? No, 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 no. You've got to know that you know that you know that you know. Let me tell you something about where I am now. Even though I am manifesting my way to higher places and higher dimensions, and I have frustrations like everybody else, once I get in a place of knowing it's over with, if I tell you your situation is worked out, you best believe, as the country we used to say growing up, you best believe I know within myself from the reality that I'm already living that you have already contacted me and told me it's worked out. You've got to live in that knowing. And yes, there are other things that I get shaky about that I have to work on because the optimal state of consciousness and state of being is when you know that you know that you know that you know that you are already the owner and possessor of that house. And there is a you living in it. There is a you occupying it now. I need you to catch what I'm saying. There's a you that's taking long, hot showers there. There is a you that's reposing on that $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 bedroom set with a nice plush thick bed. Come on here. There's a you that's cooking in that kitchen with an island. You just see yourself whipping them eggs up. I need you to catch what I'm saying. Going to that stainless steel refrigerator, going out your garage door into that 2 or 3 car garage. There's a you that's already doing that. Going out to the front yard, checking out the landscape, checking out the street. This is how you must live. This is why people say to the point of delusion, because folk will be looking like at you and say, aren't you living with somebody? Aren't you living in this tiny little place? Or aren't you living in somebody's house? No, no, no. I'm not really living there no more. I already moved. My body is here. But my spirit and my new body, catch what I just said, my spirit and my new body, me and that version of me is already in the new place. And as long as you don't give up, and I've seen people who have given up, but because they had already created it, it still happened for them. Oh, my goodness. My goodness. You get the body, family. The body is now involved. Let me give you the somatic expansion or the somatic expression real quickly. Let me give you that. I'm going to put that in the comment section, and then we're going to be done for tonight. Are y'all enjoying this? Are y'all enjoying this? Anybody enjoying this? My goodness. Let me get this in here. Let's see. A couple of things you can do real quickly. Real quickly. Couple of things you can do while You have this energy, you've harnessed this energy, you're in this imaginative scene. My goodness, my goodness. Here we go. The somatic expansion or expression. Breathe slowly. Inhale for 5, exhale for 5. Imagining the emotion spreading through your body until it saturates you. So from that transfer, number 2, the red part of the pyramid to the pink part at the topic, somatic expression or somatic expansion, capsulize it, encapsulate it with your breath. Capture it in your breath, which represents your life. And then learn how to just release it. You're in that scene. There is no tension. There is no stress. Watch this. There is no pressure to make it happen because, again, pressure is a subjective thing. We are the one that have thought systems that tell us we're under pressure to do this, that, or the other. God is never under pressure. The spiritual divine you is never under pressure. Only the persona that we create in this existence, this persona, this personality, this construct that we have created that's based on linear thinking and limited thinking is the thing that's creating resistance in us. But the divine you that's connected to all in all don't have no fear. This stuff is nothing. It's easy. Catch that. You breathe slowly. You inhale for 5. You exhale for 5, imagining the emotion spreading through your body until it saturates you. Let it consume you. Ooh, my goodness, my goodness. Let it consume you. You do this for a few minutes, and let me tell you, I've been in this state of bliss where I knew I wasn't even in my body by the time I get to this point. I am experiencing something above the physical. I am experiencing something as a spirit now in my spiritual body. Catch what I'm saying today. That's where I am. Ooh, my goodness. And by the time it gets to that point, I know that I have made the proper connection. I know that the God that is one with me, the God that is a part of me, the divine being that I already am, has created a touch point, as the great mystic Neville Goddard would say, a bridge of incidents. Mm, mm, mm. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Let me put this up and I'm going to be done. I wanted to talk about heart-brain coherence, but I'm out of time and I don't have time to get into it. Okay. Let me put this here. Now, and I'm going to make a disclaimer when I get to the end. Damasio somatic marker hypothesis, bodily feelings, states, biased decisions toward adaptive choices, exactly what we want when we tune the body to the chosen future. You are tuning your body, watch this, like a tuning fork to the reality that faith has already created for you, to the version of you in the reality that faith has already made for you. Am I making any sense to anybody? Hear what I'm saying today. Let me break it down like this. I know people who start buying stuff for the house before they ever found a house, discovered a house, moved into a house physically. You know why? Because they did what I just said in their own way. They were already a resident of that house, a owner of that house, a renter of that house. Catch what I'm saying? And they moved through the world in that period before they actually got the physical keys in their hand, like they own the house. They start buying stuff for the house. They start looking for things. They only get some renter's insurance or some homeowner's insurance on this house. Yep, I think I need a couple of lawn chairs. Let me just put them in the storage. Let me get a couple of things, that I got to set up for my house. Let me check on these utilities, see what the utilities is costing me in my house. They acted from a state of consciousness that they knew that they already owned the house, embodied the house, lived in the house. Ooh, am I making any sense to anybody? The great mystic Neville Goddard talked about how his wife that he ended up marrying, and that's who he's with when he passed away. He said he was in an entanglement, meaning a bad situation. he was in the process of getting out of, but he wasn't trying to be with, the woman he ended up marrying. But this woman, the only thing she did was a simple imaginal scene. In gratitude, she felt the wedding ring on her wedding finger, on that ring finger. She felt a wedding ring on the ring finger every day. She felt the wedding ring. Did you catch what I said? On the ring finger that was from him. That's all she did. Before he knew it, he was drawn into her world, fell in love, couldn't see himself with anybody else, corrected his situation, and was free from a legal sense to connect with this woman in marriage. And the rest was history. And it all came from a feeling of a wedding ring on her ring finger from the man that she adored and who was in love with, and they weren't even dating. Am I making any sense? I can tell you testimony after testimony after testimony. So if people tell you, well, that feeling stuff don't work, if people tell you that imaginal stuff don't work, I got so many people, including myself, that I could bring on here, or I could quote their testimonies to prove to you, no, this does work. And guess what? You know it works because there are some situations you've been in. You knew that 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 thing. You felt it in the deepest recesses of your heart. And guess what? It happened. I had a couple more tips. Let me see. Wait a minute. Y'all got time? Let's see. I think I had a couple more tips. Let me look at, check my notes out. Tips that I want to share. Okay, maybe that's it. I want to encourage you to take these principles without desperation, activate them in your life, and watch. Do it consistently. My problem is, can you hear me better now? Somebody, I gotta check. Is it better? Did it get better, or is it still tough? Talk to me. Voice is choppy. Let me cut it. Okay. Thank you so much for that. I'm back. Okay. So I want you to embody these principles, family, in a calmness, in a peace, not in desperation, family, but in a faith and a knowing. And let me say this, last but not least, and then whoever it is has got the back issue. You don't have to identify yourself, but somebody's having issues with their back. I'm feeling right now like the lower part of the back. Some folks right above the tailbone area. And that's not to say that pain is not in any place or that stiffness is not in any other place. But I agree with you that it is dissolved. And I see you right now feeling better, feeling the release of the tension, and any sharp pain, any throbbing pain is no longer there for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for healing and wholeness. Mm, mm, mm. Thank you for healing and thank you for wholeness. Now, so I want you to feel it because there's a heat, a tingling sensation moving, especially in the lower part of somebody's back, a tingling sensation moving, chills moving somebody's back, that part of the back, and it's gone. My God, it is so. And so it is. Thank you, Yeshua, for your powerful example. Mm, mm, mm. My goodness. Come back later and testify. I want to hear your testimony. Matter of fact, you can get up and walk around. If you want to, you can get up and do some things that you may not have been able to do before. Hmm. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I want to encourage you to apply the principles that you heard on tonight. I know that if you apply them consistently, not in neediness, not in a begging posture, but strictly consistently or with a consistency, you are going to experience a powerful, vivid translation, a powerful, vivid transduction, a powerful, vivid experience where that which you have embodied within, others are going to now see in the physical sense that it is done, that it is so, that it is finished, that it is completed. And there are so many people, again, so many people who have used this for thousands of years and attained the kind of results, family, that they believed, that they knew, that they already considered done, completed, finished by faith. And last but not least, let me say this to you. If you're new to this, start with something we might say is small. It might be manifesting some fruit. It might be being able to have an extra few dollars. You're living in the feeling of it's fulfilled. You're starting with gratitude. You're doing the emotional transfer. Then you're embodying it. You're holding that energy in your body and you're just releasing it. Do this consistently. It might just maybe 3 minutes. It doesn't take long. There are people who've done 3 minutes. There are people who've done 3 seconds. There are folks who've done 30 minutes. People think that quality is about quantity. No, quality is just about quality. What kind of focus, what kind of knowing do you possess in the moment? And last but not least, I said this before, and I got to say this again. All these things that you hear me teach or other spiritual teachers teach, recognize, we call them processes, but these processes are designed again to align you with that version that already holds or possesses that identity that you are the very thing that the affirmation state or your declaration state or your what you write in your journal has stated. You already are living that identity, possessing that identity, flowing in that identity. And over time, what ends up happening is you become it because you start believing it. And once it takes roots and starts bearing fruit in you, family, then that's it. You start recognizing that you are that person that you've been speaking about, that you've been talking about, mhm, that you've been talking to the whole time. Wow, this is powerful. So let me give you some this is what I want to do. Let me put this in the comment section real quickly. Real quickly. Wow, this is powerful. I'm glad y'all stayed around. Let me put this up real quickly. See, because I'm interested in things that's going to cause you to expand. Look at the bottom there. Randomized experiments. Do randomized experiments on gratitude journaling. Show better mood. Talk about how your mood is increased. Write it down. Talk about how optimistic you are. Now, I've missed it. I think yesterday I wrote, I'd like to start the day out with 10 things I'm grateful for. Okay. You all are on that list sometimes. I just go with whatever comes to me. Be thankful for your health. Be write in your journal that you're thankful for the kind of behaviors you want to see in your own life, Did you catch what I just said? If you want to be a more patient person, just right. I have evolved to the point where I'm just incredibly patient. And then let faith paint the scenario where you use patience. Am I making any sense? If you're having problems sleeping, write how you're sleeping like a baby, how you're sleeping so deeply, how you're sleeping interrupted. Catch what I'm saying today. So you can do that when we get off here, or you can do that when you get up in the morning. When I get off here, I had already decided before I got on, I said, I think I missed I got my gratitude. I just need to write a little bit in my manifestation journal to manifest some things. And it's not money, it's just consciousness, awareness, happiness, joy, peace, those things. I'm writing it out, family, in past tense, knowing that is already done. So don't be discouraged and stop again checking the outside, saying, is this really real? Is what I wrote happened yet? Is what I said happened yet? Family, stop that stuff. Know that you know that you know. And reality will one day in the three-dimensional just pop up or emerge to say, yep, this is, you put this here. You created this. Yep. This is you. And sometimes you had to be reminded by the spirit, oh, I did ask for this. Oh, I did desire this. Oh, I did want this. Am I making any sense to anybody? Okay. So I just wanted to share those tips with you tonight. We'll get back into, I think that's part 4 next week, resident therapist in this series on conscious creation. And of course, we're doing some wonderful things on faith. I think we're going to start a new series this week or finish up the old one, whatever I decided. We'll get to that. But I love you so dearly. How y'all feeling? Tell me how you're feeling real quickly. Tell me what you thought about the teaching. Tell me what you thought about the teaching. I so appreciate y'all hanging in there with me tonight. Tell me what you thought about the teaching real quickly. And we did have some people in Patreon tonight. And again, the deal with Patreon is they have to develop some more tools for you to give likes and hearts. But more importantly, right now, they don't have a backdrop feature. And my backdrop don't look too hot. I have to use artificial backdrops because I have a green screen. So I'm working on that. But for those of you all who have some things that you're praying and meditating on, choose the thing that works best for you and that's in alignment with you. Choose those things, family. And don't try and do too many things at one time. If that's not you, don't do that. You might pick out 1, 2, 3 things. Focus on that. If not, you'll be scattered. Your energy will be scattered all over the place. Yes, there are people who can do back to back to back to back different things. But there might be some specific areas. Just focus on the specific areas. And more importantly, there is a way to create an identity that is you, that can touch on the different important areas in your life, in your vision, in your imaginal scene, in your meditations, in your prayer, in your journaling, that touches all the pertinent points of your life that you're looking to dissolve, that you believe are dissolved, that you believed are completed, that you believe are answered. Money, children, career, transportation, crazy neighbors, whatever that thing is. All right? Whatever that thing is. Glory, I feel that. Whatever that thing is, I want you to understand. I want you to recognize and I want you to know. Our resident mystic who's on Patreon, I'm talking to Pastor Wesley, I'm talking to people on YouTube about you now. He put in a type comment section, teaching was alive. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate the feedback. The donation opportunity is on the screen. And remember, you can donate 7 days a week, 24/7, 365 days in the year. You get an inkling, an unction, or a desire, or you just want to give and support me. Save $AG Green or $AG Green Enterprises, or just go to theaggreen.com and you can find a donation page there. Now, what did I say earlier? The new podcast is up. Check it out, family. If you don't know how to find it, go to the AG Green Now Facebook page. I put links there whenever a podcast drops. Or go to theaggreen.com. You can click on there. It'll take you to the podcast page. Or you can find it on Apple, Spotify, Deezer, and places like that. It is growing in downloads. I want you to tell your family. I want you to tell your friends. I want you to tell your frenemies. I want you to tell Donald Trump. I want you to tell the vice president. I want you to tell everybody, family, about the podcast. I want to connect as many people as we can with the message that we are teaching and that we are speaking weekly. All right. If you have not joined Patreon on the top tiers, my tier folk are on here. Are y'all enjoying the blogs? There's a video that's coming out tomorrow for everybody about consistency. But are y'all enjoying the information in Patreon? I want y'all to talk back to me, especially the people on the paid tiers. Tell me if you're enjoying the information real quickly. Talk back to them. I'm going to put your comments up. Let me know. Are you enjoying the blog series about the Bible? Are you enjoying the other insightful information that matter of fact, there's a daily post now that is being shared about deconstructing religion, and it's touching people in places and stages that they're in. It before it's said and done, it's going to touch everybody on whatever leg of the journey they're on. Okay. So I want you to make sure that you participate. Another post will be up in the morning. I think there's 2 or 3 things that'll drop tomorrow. Like I said, I have a video that I'm going to release to you about the power of consistency or being consistent. That'll drop sometime tomorrow evening for you. You can see it right now. Check in. Matter of fact, again, invite people to check out the free stuff. Invite people to use the discount Rev 50. Invite people to just come to the page, even if they can't access it. We want them to get intrigued. This may be the tribe that they vibe with, the tribe where they vibe with. Okay. Thank you so much, Chris. Enjoying the information. Look forward to the video countdown. Wonderful, wonderful. Let's see. Yes, sir. Our Patreon blog is amazing. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. And I got so many other subjects, family, we're going to be broaching together. We're going to talk about together over the next months and years as we evolve, transform, and ascend. All right. Appreciate your support. Appreciate your love. Appreciate your prayers and meditations. And last but not least, prayer check. Who prays and meditates for me? I need you to keep me in your thoughts and prayers. Positive prayers, positive thoughts. Who does it for me? Yes or no? If you said no, it wouldn't hurt my feelings. I just want to see. I just want to see. I require and desire your prayers, your meditation. Our resident mystic, Wesley Turk, said the blogs are so informative. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your feedback. That means a lot coming from our resident mystic, who's been a most studious man for many, many, many years in his life and of his life. Who's praying for him, who's meditating, who's sending good thoughts, who's connecting with whoever you connect with in the spirit to bless A.G. Green or Anthony G. Green. I need to hear who's doing that. Who's doing that? I desire that from you. Yes, I'm praying and meditating on behalf of myself, but your energy, your agreement helps co-create. There is such thing as conscious. There's a conscious, collective consciousness. Collective consciousness, a collective mindset. Let's see. He says, "I got you, teacher. I come visit you often in the morning." I love it. 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 Appreciate it. Thank you. She says, "I'm praying for you." Thank you so much. I definitely desire it, and I definitely appreciate it. All right. I'm going to release you today with the Shalom blessing, and I'll see some of you all online tomorrow. And again, I have the meditation out. It's already, the language is already there. I just need to take the time to do it. And when I get it done, it'll probably be up by next Monday. And you can use it for a week or two, and then I'll put another one up. Want to kind of introduce some of you all to what meditation is, how to do it, how to access your spirit self, your higher self, the spiritual dimension, God, the creator, source, sustainer, all those wonderful, wonderful aspects. Okay. Okay, our resident mystic is he's having fun over there on Patreon. He says on Patreon, Wesley Turk says, I trust this family was not waiting on the rapture, LOL. I'm going to say it again. He says, I trust this family was not waiting on the rapture, LOL. Some of y'all might have heard there's a group or some man said that Christ was returning. That's a whole nother subject, family, a whole nother subject. Naturally, they didn't see nothing. And I don't want to ruffle nobody's feathers, but you won't see nothing. So in time, we'll get in a conversation. In time, we're going to have a very, very, very direct conversation in Patreon about that. All right. So I got another pop-up for you. We're going to do some pop-ups in the future. Let me let y'all off here so you can enjoy your evening. Shalom, shalom, peace, wholeness, prosperity, nothing missing, nothing broken. Love y'all dearly. See you real soon. Have a great evening.